I love this tree. Thank you, King Z built it. She probably already knows that. She watches this YouTube episode. She watches this YouTube channel even. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to the server. My name is SoothingFilly. We're back on NationCraft episode 13. Unlucky for some, but we're going to do an amazing time here today. We're going to do an amazing time today. I cannot English. We've got so much to do. I've got a project going on in the community area that I think is quite cool. It is the Fool's Guild, which I started on stream and I want to finish off just a little bit very shortly. But we've got White Canary, 55, wandering around our base at the moment. She's going to be helping us with the interior of the house. She's already come up with a bunch of good ideas, and we're going to see if we can help her out. I'm going to first help her out initially by getting rid of these ugly paths. We're struggling, if I'm honest with you. If we go over and take a look at the old path system we've got to use, I'm trying to come up with something new because I don't particularly like the old paths we had. So if I go here, this was our old path. We tried to change up the bushes. Yeah, sure. I'll speak to Canary in a second. We tried to trim up the bushes, but it's not enough. It still looks. I don't know. I'm not in love with it. I don't know if it's the grass, the fact that the lighting that I planned to come through the pumpkins here doesn't really work very well, or this jarring step with the dirt there. I'm torn every which way but south. So I'm kind of working on here, as you can see, some basic designs for a new path. I'm thinking about making these bushes into more like little hedge gardens instead of this. I don't entirely know exactly how I'm going to do that. Maybe use different leaf blocks at the bottom. We're going to toy around with some ideas first of all today, and I'm going to see if I can get some stuff laid down. The idea being that a lot of these are going to be sort of stripped like so. Yeah, so we're going to be doing some change up of the basic design of this place. I like the contrast between all the wood and like the concrete. It suits in my mind. I quite like how it sort of works together. So we're going to be keeping the wood. I'm going to be losing the whiteness. I think this quartz is going to go, at least initially, and then I may be putting some back later on. We're not sure. I might do some sculptures on the corners. Everything's a bit up in the air at the moment as I try to work on another design. But first, before we get in too deep with these path systems, we're going to head over to the community island where we're working on a new guild. Now, I'm working on something that I'm going to call the Fool's Guild. The reason I'm doing that is because I quite like to do pranks on this server. I quite enjoy visiting other people's bases. I quite like seeing what's going on. And I really enjoy building massive structures in their base as some kind of a joke or a prank. I don't know. Their reactions just always make me smile. And it's a nice little break from building this sort of thing to build pixel art or to do something mildly annoying but not destructive in other people's bases. So to that end, we're going to be building a Fool's Guild. This is going to be a guild on the main island where people can go to and request pranks on each other that myself and maybe another dedicated team of pranksters will be fulfilling for them for a small fee, of course. The build itself, I think, is going to be fairly complicated. I want it to be an interesting shop to visit, like an experience in itself, just to kind of show off what the sort of things we're going to be able to do. If you started this on stream and got a little way through to it, you can see the sort of design I'm going for here. Jester's hat. Well, hopefully you can see that. Anyway, the idea was to have 3 colours. Actually, I let my stream decide the colours, and we've settled on red, green, and blue. We've just gotten the last of the sort of cyany colours together. Now, what I've been doing is, as you can see with the green, I've wanted to add some texture into the hat. So we've got both concrete and concrete powder sort of working together. The red comes with its own texture because it's the mushroom blocks, which I don't build with enough, actually. I want to build with the mushroom blocks even more if I get the chance to. Let's do this. Of course, the only issue when building with these is that obviously I can't do that because the minute I remove the dirt, the concrete powder is going to fall. So I actually need to support the concrete powder. And when we're building this, we need to make sure that the concrete powder itself is supported. Otherwise, we're going to get sort of cave-ins and falls and things like that. And we are, make no mistake, we are going to get cave-ins and falls and stuff as we build this. I definitely got them when I was doing this one, so I could just do the whole base out of solid blocks and then come along and solidify the bottom bit, but I don't really want to do that if I can avoid it. I tell you what, though, I do like the way the vibrancy of these blues. That is making me very happy. I will admit that. All right, 1 and 2, and I think that'll about do it. Let's hop off and see how this looks, shall we? Yes. I like it. Awesome. That looks really bizarrely colourful in this landscape, but I really like it. That is a good start. Now I want to put some kind of bell set up on there. So I've had an idea for what we could do for this. So if I try and get some precious metals out, maybe some of those, some of those, some of those. Do you know what? I really think I should get some redstone for this. Right. Yeah, so my idea is I've got the 3 blocks, and then what we'll do... Right, now hopefully it should be getting dark around now, and we can see what this looks like at the night time. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful that this is going to look awesome. Please look awesome. It's going to be really expensive if it doesn't. Come on. Thank you. Oh, look at that. I like it. Yes. Awesome. Oh, thank God for that. Look at that. I was really hopeful that would sort of give it a nice little uplit effect, and it totally does. Do you know? I don't hate it. That is exactly what it needed. I can't believe my first attempt was successful. Right, we desperately need some more iron blocks, though. This is such an expensive build, but well worth it. Hopefully, well worth it anyway. I think that's going to conclude it for the outside. We've got a nice iron block sort of crown for the jestery things. We've got the little sort of precious stone jingly things on the end of the hangy whatsits. For the inside, though, I have managed to dig a hole, as you can see. That's going to be about it. I can't think of what to do next, to be fair. Luckily, though, I'm not alone on the server, so we're going to be meeting up with the other streamers and players on the server, see who's going to be being part of the Fools Guild as a member of staff here, and see if they've got any ideas for what can go on in the middle, because I have no idea. I'm creatively stumped. So what we're going to do, we're going to head over to our base, and I'm going to start working on those paths. I want to get those done still. They're far too curvy and swishy and swooshy, if you remember correctly, so I'm going to try and straighten them up just a smidge, put in some nicer decoration, just make the outside look as good as the inside I'm hoping is going to look. If that makes sense. Anyway, let's go get some work done, see how we're getting on. So, finally, after a fair amount of time picking around with different designs, I've gone with this one. We've tweaked it here and there. We've done some basic rules to the design. So what we're going to have when we go up and down steps, whenever there's a break, we're going to run the uncut wood across, and it's going to help form the step up. And much like down here, as you can see, it helps run the step down. But I quite like it. It needs to be square. The original paths in here were all sort of windy and stuff, which I guess is okay, but it's a bit too square for me. Along here, we're going to be having a path that we're going to be running up the top. And as you can see, it ends quite abruptly because there's going to be a bridge coming across here, and we're going to build like a platform over here for it to bridge to, if that makes sense. But that'll come a bit later on. First of all, I do just need to put a little bit more effort into this design here. It feels a bit too flat. It's good as a base for the pathing systems that we're going to have in here, but we definitely do with tweaking and giving a bit more interest. How I'm going to do that, I guess I'm going to find out with the rest of you. Oh dear. Right. Anyway, let's crack on for a bit, shall we? I think it's fair to say we have achieved the goal of making this more interesting. Are you ready to see what I've been up to behind this door? Let's have a look, shall we? Oh my god, am I happy with all of this? Ignore these lamps for now. These are a work in progress. I'll get to those in a second. But look what we did. Huh? I don't know about you, but to me that makes all of the difference. I am quite chuffed with the idea to come up with. Oh, hang on. Thank you. I'm quite chuffed with this. I like it. I really do. I'm using, because we're so high up in the mountains, water freezes. So I'm using the pickles in the water there just to sort of give it enough light source to stay fluid. But the result is, particularly at night, I might have a chance to show you in a second, but particularly at night, this place glows. It's so pretty. So happy with it. Yeah, we added an elytra landing pad here. Live on stream, wading through life is his name, but wading through Sky's launch pad. So obviously here's a sort of a launch and takeoff point, because I kept jumping over there anyway, so it just kind of made sense. And yeah, we've got the area's starting to come together now. We still need to work a bit on the path going down here. Our design rules that we came up with last time about the stripped logs versus the non-stripped oak and things like that. Excuse me, thank you. Seem to work very well. The other thing we're looking at is, of course, lighting, because I don't want these torches everywhere, so we're going to be lighting the place up, and I'm going to be using this setup here. So we've got the piston powered through the bottom down here to sort of extend it, and then these lanterns. The thing is, though, I don't like the blue outline here. I'm going to be using a map and hopefully a completely white map to completely blank these out. We tried using what my stream, because we built this all on stream in case you weren't aware, my stream insisted on calling these the Rolly Wall Scrolls instead of banners. I think that was Cassandra who called them the Wall Scrolls. Anyway, we're in the process of making a project that it's called a completely white map. It's actually much more difficult to make than I thought it would be. So in short, to make a perfectly white map, you need an area that is, the smallest map you can make, sorry, is 128 blocks by 128 blocks squared. When you make a map that's 128 blocks squared is the area that it covers. So it follows logically that in order to create a completely white map, you need to take an area such as this and completely fill it out with the color white. That, of course, is not the only difficulty you face. You also face the fact that it's got to be completely flat. If there are any bumps or wedges in there at all, any raises and lowers in the terrain, that will show up on the map. It does show that sort of stuff. So it needs to be, particularly with white, that will stick out like a sore thumb. So the area that we need to cover is quite heckin' big. I've been working on this. It took, I thought, I'll whack together. I think I gave it about half an hour worth of my time, is my initial estimation. But oh my god, it took 9.5 shulkers worth of stone slabs. And as you can see, a goodly way through, I ran out of stone slabs and had to resort to all of my cobble and my stone brick slabs, all that sort of thing. It was such a big deal. I actually got one of my stream members to hop onto the server for the first time, come over here and give me a hand. And it still took us hours to get this thing done. So, we've got a this isn't even done. Look, if we look at the map now, luckily it's perfectly flat. So, yeah, as you can, if I place that there, for example, you see how that little dot shows up? If there's any change in the terrain. So we need to make sure so we've made sure it's completely and utterly flat. Now I need to cover each and every single one of these blocks in something white. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to use a snow machine here. I'm going to set up something with some hoppers and a snowman. And it's going to be like a device that we can just basically point at a block and ferociously mine it with a shovel. And hopefully that should create the copious amounts of snow that we are going to need to cover this thing. I'm not gonna joke with you guys. I am really not looking forward to this next bit. It's going to be such a grind. I may even stream it. In fact, I think I will. I think I'm going to go live with a stream and see if we can get this done. And I'll cut back to this after the stream. And hopefully we have a white map. This will have taken well, it depends how long it takes to cover this white thing, but this has already taken hours and hours and hours of my time just to come up with the side of a bloody lamp on the paths. The good news is that once we have this white map, it's actually got a number of things it can be used for. Infinity rooms and things like that always look cool. So yeah, it's not going to be the only use we're going to put this white map to. But let's crack on, shall we? Let's go live with the stream and see what we can pull together. Well, that was no 12-hour stream, but we did quite a lot. If you have a look how big this thing is. Oh, I can't take off. There is no airborneness. There you go. We're in the air. Check it out. That is a big white square. That took us several hours. Even though I had loads of help from people on stream, Techi Mocha came in. Arthur Last Ancient was around. Who else was here? Loads of people. I had loads of people ducking in and out and sort of offering. I think Zelda came along, offering a bit of a hand here and there. And yeah, eventually, it still took us hours, but eventually we got it done. The result looks like this. That's right. All of that work, all of that effort for this little white square, but it's been put to good use. Let me show you. And as we come back into the base, you'll see we have finally perfected the design of these lamps. This is what we wanted that white map for. If you have a look, that's all it is. It's any light block source thingy with a picture frame and a light, and we create these cool looking white lamps. They look quirky as balls. I love how the stone mixes with the stone, the woodenness of the piston mixes with the wood. They're all powered underneath, and they've got this gorgeous lamp on top. That makes my day. It makes me extremely happy that these worked out. Now I just need to figure out how I want this bit to work, because we can't have too many lamps here, or we can have to. I don't know. I'm a bit lost here, if I'm honest with you, about the layout of these lamps. We're going to have to toy around with some different designs. That will come later. For now, though, in fact, that may not even come this episode. That's going to take me a while. Turns out making maps are really expensive, guys. Like really expensive. So I actually need to do some resource gathering to get more stuff to make all these maps and get all these lamps in place. But I'm happy with how they're looking. And speaking about looking good, I'm joined by none other than White Canary 55. Where is she hiding? Here she is. Hello, Canary.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Life is good, Canary. Life is very good. I am superb, and I am over the friggin' moon with this house. Oh my god! I accidentally went up the chute. Oh my god! What have you done? We got together a week or so ago, and I sort of said, "Oh, hey, I've got this house. Do you fancy helping me out with some decorating?" For those who don't know, White Canary is a new addition to our server. She's come along and immediately, before she's even got her base sorted out, no less, she has immediately sorted herself out with a interior design shop.
Didn't really think a base was necessary at first. I wanted to get my shop up and running and get you guys helped getting your houses ready before I decided to work on mine.
Sounds about right. When it comes to interior design, we're nothing short of muggles. So thank you so. Like literally everyone went, "Oh, who's White Canary?" I was like, "Oh, she's an interior designer. She's going to come on and help us out with our houses." They all went, "I am going to give her all of my diamonds." Has basically been the resounding answer to your joining the server. And I'd say you're doing quite good. First of all, I mean, I don't know where to start. Damn, I'll tell you where to start. Lead me on a tour, Canary. Take me through your design. What have you done here?
All right. Here is the kitchen.
Cool. We like it. I like the worktops.
Design. I'm sorry?
I like the worktops.
Yeah. This is one design that I actually really like. I use it in almost every build.
Okay. What, the wood with the carpet on top, or?
Yes. The birch wood with white carpet. I'm just fascinated over it.
I like it. And
And
we've got like a little sink that looks out over the garden. My mum's sink always used to look out of the garden when I was a kid. So she could scream at us to get back in.
that's the idea I kind of wanted to continue with into Minecraft.
My screaming mother. Yep, sounds about right. We've got ourselves a furnace, an oven, of course.
Yes, kitchen is almost fully functional.
With an 8-burner hob, oven on top with an 8-burner hob as well. Look at that. Check it out. I've always wanted a kitchen with an island. I always want to be sort of one of those
kitchen islands so much.
I always want to be one of those people that just like, pass me the coffee, dear, and and being passed coffee across an island. I don't know. I like it. So cool. We like the kitchen. The kitchen's a winner. What have we got over here?
Definitely. Here is living room.
Right. Okay, so we've got a nice corner sofa.
Yes. I was trying to go a little bit bigger, but I kind of ran out of wool. So I'm like, let's just go smaller.
One of the downsides to not having a base is not having any storage.
Yeah. I was a bit filled up on inventory space for a bit.
But that's all right. I must admit, when you told me that you were gonna say, "Oh, do you want me to put stone in your build?" I'm like, it's kind of modern. Is stone gonna work? And the answer is absolutely, stone will work. It looks incredible. It looks oddly.
Yeah.
You go into like the modern houses and they're all sleek and smooth and metal, and then they've got like a rustic stone fabric stair. It kind of works like that. And given its surroundings, it stands out all the more as like a deliberate choice. Like I don't think this would work as well if it was in a wooden hut, if you know what I mean, or if it was in like a stone house or like a starter house. I don't think the design would look as poppy, if that makes sense.
It doesn't, and actually, it's very hideous. I've tried it in a solo world, and I'm just like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Something different, please.
We'll absolutely say no. And of course, it's not just on its own. It's got a very cool looking dining table here as well. Nice, and I like it. And you got the same colour chairs as the kitchen worktops over there, so it sort of ties the whole thing together in a theme.
Yes, that's what I like to do. Is I like to tie things in and just make it look so good. And it's what I wanted to do with the kitchen and the dining room. Bring the kitchen into the dining room.
Nice. I'm sorely tempted to change these gates to birch. Actually, I think they would be a nice.
I was actually thinking about that myself, and I was so happy to get this design done so I could get my base going, so I wasn't so full in storage all the time.
Sounds about right. You'll know anywhere I'm working because you'll see like a small pile of chests and shulker boxes start to appear. And like, yeah, that's where he's working. And up here, we've got another dining area?
Up here is just a family room. Seating all over the place, and then just one big coffee table in the center of everything.
Nice. I like it. I like this. I did wonder what you were going to do with this area because it is particularly awkward because it's just a 3-block wide and there's nothing else to do here and stuff. And yeah, but I like this like sort of almost throne-like corner sofa. Quite cool.
Yeah, I wanted to put the original design I had for this place. I wanted to put a TV someplace into the build.
Right.
And I just could not figure out where to put it. And I wanted to put it over there in that corner. And like, no, the corner's too small and I don't want it covering the windows.
Yeah.
So I scratched the idea and decided to put a chair there.
Fair enough. Can't argue, can you? We haven't. Yeah. This balcony is still just a balcony, isn't it? I'm not sure I'm in love. I build these bushes sort of layered over the building, all sort of like nice, like. But I'm not sure I like how much they intrude on the space. We'll see. Might change that later. And finally, I came upstairs to find my bed has been drastically changed. My bed, by the way, for those of you who don't remember, was literally just this in the middle of a big white floor. And of course,
I'm very proud of this one.
Yeah, that is a genuinely awesome bed. I desperately want to give it another bed. I feel it should be done.
I was honestly thinking about getting another bed for you just because it looked so odd without having a second bed there.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I kind of just want to get this done and over with.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. And finally, at the end, we've got a cool little balcony, which was almost lit up again. Right, Canary? So to give you some backstory, while I'm live streaming, I respawn. And yeah, there's this little balcony is absolutely full of skeletons. Because this is the only place they can spawn for miles around.
Yeah, while placing these little outdoor seating, I tended to take away your lighting, and I meant to put it back when I was done, but I forgot and realized the next day, I'm like, oh, okay, I forgot to put his lights back. Oh boy.
Whoops.
Sorry, Philly.
That's the issue when I sort of build these bases, and I mean, I don't want creepers coming up and deciding that this building would look better with a hole in it. So I have to light up the entire surrounding area, which means, unfortunately, that anytime you remove lighting from anywhere, mobs will immediately spawn there in their droves. So yeah, it's good fun, good fun. But I mean, what a job! I mean, this house has gone from an empty shell with a couple of layers and a lift to now look at it. It's got furniture in there. It's got fireplaces. There's rooms. There's themes going on. I'm quite proud of the outside of it. I mean, it's just look. It's so happy. Thank you so much, Canary.
You're very welcome, Philly.
So much. And yeah, and as we've agreed, you're going to be helping yourself to an elytra from the Flying End, no less.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what. Shall we head over there now? I think I've got a few minutes before I need to jet off. Shall we head over and you can pick out your elytra?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So yeah, as you can see, we've got a couple of choices. These two are taken, unfortunately, but we've got the sunset wings or the Enderman face, or any of the other designs of your choice. Eventually this place is going to have like 9 different designs all here at once, sort of thing. But I don't actually have that many Ender wings, so yeah. Yeah, but if you want either of these two, you're welcome to it, or you can take one of these two and we can reshape it. It's completely up to you.
I actually really like the sunset wings. Yeah.
In that case, consider them yours. Ta-da! Sky's the limit.
Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Thank you so much for your lovely decorating of my house. Check that out. Yes. I love the sunset wings. They look awesome. Awesome. So now, do you have any diamonds?
I do not.
Come this way. 8 diamonds, because that's how many I had to hand. Here is 8 diamonds to spend as you will, because I feel I owe you for all your hard work on the base. And with those, if you wanted to, there is a rocket shop over there, which I think 1 diamond will get you 3 stacks of tier 1 rockets. So.
Okay.
So yeah, awesome. Right, now, unfortunately, Canary, that's all about I've got time for today. So I'm gonna bid you a fair adieu, and wish you well with your new wings. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you around the base in the future to do more design work for me, because I've got more builds planned. And once again, I have no idea what to do on the inside.
All right, Philly. Well, you are very welcome, and I can't wait to see what's next.
We shall see. We shall see. Right, well, that's going to be it for me for the entire episode, ladies and gentlemen, as well. So, for everyone who's stuck around to the end, thank you very much. Feel free to hit that like button, and of course, if you really like the video, you can subscribe to be notified when I upload more. Once again, I will see you guys in the next episode.